Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Domwork, man. And look, now if you follow the channel, you know when it comes to my guard builds, I'm usually sacrificing my ability to dunk. And even though I always try to have at least some defense on the build, it's typically the bare minimum. And what that does is it allows me to really maximize what I'm getting out of my build as far as playmaking and shooting goes. And because it caters to my play style and what I like to do out there on the court, even though I'm not putting nobody in the rim with a contact dunk or really clamping up on the defensive end, I still have a ton of fun on the build because it's so good at everything else. But on this build right here, I decided to take a slightly different approach, and I said, look, I want to be an all-around scoring machine type of build, but I still want to be able to clamp up and really make it tough for these opposing point guards, especially out there in the random rec. And like I told y'all, man, I just hit Vet 2, and these cap breakers really been helping me out with these builds. But enough talking, man. Let me go break the build down and show y'all what I got going on. Now, when it comes to the finishing on my builds, y'all know I'm typically going with like a high driving layup. Then I'll put like a 50 dunk or a 45 dunk or something like that. And while that's cool and you can get away with it, like I said, on this build, I wanted to be an all-around scoring monster. So I said, look, I want to have a high driving dunk and a high driving layup. So whatever scenario is put in front of me, whether I got to throw it down on somebody's head or finesse somebody with a Euro step, I'm going to be elite at both. So y'all can see we got the 93 driving dunk, and of course that's gonna give us gold posterizer. And then we're gonna start with a 90 driving layup and use 3 cap breakers to push it to a 93. And y'all already know that's gonna get us that gold layup mix master, but it's also gonna get us silver physical finisher. Now what I do is I use my max +1 and take that physical finisher up to gold. And as y'all can see, bro, when it comes to finishing through contact, even though this is a small build, it converts at a super high rate. Now again, if you really want to maximize your potential when it comes to finishing through contact, finishing with the layups, you gotta use the high risk option. And I don't know how good real player percentage is, but I really don't care, because in my opinion, there's no point of going with a high layup if you're not trying to master your timing and get really elite with it. And as y'all can see, man, I'm fearless when it comes to attacking the rack with this build, and it really gives me like some Kyrie, Iverson, Derrick Rose type of vibes. So when it comes to finishing around the rim, bro, unless you want some kind of pure slasher or something like that, this is about as good as it's gonna get. Now when it comes to the shooting on the build, again, the goal is to be an elite scorer at all 3 levels. And in my opinion, once you have gold badges, it's really sky's the limit. Now the only shooting badge that we don't get on gold is mini marksman, but at the end of the day, like I said, I use my max +1 on physical finisher. But if you feel like you value the shooting over your slashing, you could always swap them out. Now y'all can see I started with an 87 midi and an 82 3 ball, and then I used 5 cap breakers to push the midi to a 92, and I used 3 on the 3 ball to push it to an 85. And like I said, man, with that, we're getting gold deadeye, gold set shot, gold shifty shooter. So whether you find yourself spotting up for a standstill jump shot, or if you got to create something for yourself off the bounce, as long as you got your timing together, you shouldn't have any problem converting at a super high rate. Now when it comes to the playmaking on the build, as y'all can see, we're going to be a solid passer. Not elite, but definitely enough to get the job done. But again, like I've been saying, this build is designed to be more of a score-first player. And through our scoring, we're going to open up easy scoring opportunities, easy passes for our teammates. So to be honest, this build is really more of like a 2-guard, more of like a combo guard. But y'all know how it is in the rec. You put your player at shooting guard, you're going to end up at the small forward. And at 6'2", I'm not trying to be in that predicament. But then, of course, you got the 92 ball handle. That's going to get us all the SIGs besides, you know, Francis and all that. And then we start off with a 90 speed with ball and use 1 cap breaker to push it to a 91 to get that Hall of Fame lightning launch. Now, if you're a random rec player like myself, you know there's going to be times where the opposing team is going to start running pick and roll. And your big man is going to be nowhere to be found. And in order to stop pick and rolls, it's typically going to be a team effort. You don't need somebody to step up and switch or just step up and show. But like I said, man, a lot of the time, your team just leaves you out to dry. So with this build, I wanted to give myself the best chance at dealing with the pick and roll, the best chance at guarding one-on-one out there in a random wreck. And like I always say, for me, I'm not a big reacher, so the steal ain't all that important. And I feel like the bronze interceptor does a pretty good job. So my focus is more on getting bumpy and, getting good contest on shooters. And I ain't gonna lie, at 6'2", sometimes you still get shot over. It is what it is. If you're not there, you're not there. But the majority of the time, I'm in good position. I'm getting tight contests, really affecting jump shots. And the other thing I've been loving about this build is the fact that I actually have some interior defense on it. So believe it or not, I'm able to get stops in the paint, especially on them guards that try to bully their way to the rim. Unlike most of my other guards where it might seem like you don't even matter when you're there, if dudes are trying to force up takes on you just because you're small, they're going to be in for a surprise. But as y'all can see, man, we start off with a 90 perimeter D, and I use 2 cap breakers to push it to a 92. And by now, y'all should know that's going to get you gold on-ball menace, gold challenger, gold pick dodger. So we're definitely going to be able to make some real impact on the defensive end. So this is what the build should look like in total. And before I get into the gameplays, here's a quick look at all the badges and the SIGs that I'm running on the build. Alright, man, so look, off the rip, anytime I get a center that's up and setting screens, I'm already thinking 2K. Because for whatever reason, bro, it seems like a lot of these bigs out here in the rec, all they want to do nowadays is sit in the paint, get in the way, and all they really do is hinder the offense. Because if I throw them the ball in the paint, they have no post game, they're not going to score the ball. So a lot of the time, I got to get on the mic and ask them like, yo, bro, why are you in the paint? Because if I throw you this ball right now, you're not going to score it. So your best bet is to bring your big ass up out the paint and help get some of your guards open. Because I tell you this, nobody in this game is trying to watch you back somebody down, drop step them, and go up with a bad take, a contested layup, and sell our whole possession. We're not trying to look at that. Now, if you're a big man and you actually got some skill and you know what you're doing down there in the post, I ain't got no problem throwing you the ball, letting you eat. But the rest of y'all niggas, bro, y'all gotta find a way to make yourselves useful, because a lot of y'all just out here wasting time. And that's why I'm gonna keep preaching to stop bringing these inside bigs into the random wreck if you don't know what you're doing. But as y'all can see, man, it's 22-21. I'm gonna catch the ball right here. He's playing me up pretty high, so I just blow by him, get an easy lay to go. And right here, bro, look, this is why motherfuckers need to bring stretch bigs out to the random wreck. And that's because most motherfuckers can't play D. They're gonna need help, and you're gonna be wide open for easy catch and shoot threes. But instead, niggas will rather clog the paint and make it tougher for their whole team to score the ball. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And if you look at the NBA today, most, if not all the centers, they can shoot the ball, bro. So y'all better get with the times, because all that Shaq shit, that shit is dead, man. But look, it's 38-34. Now I'm gonna come off this pick right here. The big man's gonna jump at a ghost, blow by, easy lay. And this is why I like using screens as opposed to just, running some simple basic ass 5-out. Because in my opinion, it takes more IQ to deal with and to stop, pick and roll. Now, don't get me wrong, a good 5-out is going to be tough to stop too, but I just feel like pick and roll is a little bit more dynamic. But we up 59-52. It's 1 minute 40 seconds left in the game, and I'm knowing I can get downhill off this pick because this dude is getting thrown around everywhere. And I'm also knowing that that big man does not want to give up another 3 to my center. And y'all see, I have a 93 drive and dunk on this build, and I'm still out here taking layups. So it's kind of hard to break that habit, because y'all know I don't make builds that can dunk like that. So sometimes I gotta remind myself that I can throw it down on this motherfucker. But as y'all can see, man, I ended that game with 25-6, and we got out of there with the dub. But now I got some 2K camera angle gameplay highlights for y'all, because I've been seeing a lot of y'all in the comments, man, hating on the real camera. And I mean, to each his own, it is what it is, but that's one of my favorite cameras to play on. And even though some of y'all hate it, there's some of y'all that rock with it as well. So I'm gonna just throw in gameplays from different angles from time to time, and you know, if it really bothers you that much, you ain't gotta watch that one. But me personally, bro, I'm always switching my camera angle. I play on the floor camera, I play on the rail camera, obviously the 2K camera. Can't forget the broadcast cam, and I mean, I rock with them all. But as y'all can see, man, it's tied up at 29, and y'all see how I'm getting downhill and finishing through contact. This build is crazy. And the thing about it is, it's not even like it's a bully guard or some big max weight player. This is still a fast ass guard. You can literally get Legend Lightning Launch if you want to use your +1 on it. But the real trick is that gold physical finisher, like I told y'all in the intro. And y'all see I'm still getting to my step back bag, my mid-range bag. But it's just that now on top of all that, I'm an elite finisher and an elite defender. Now look, we up 48-45 right here. And I'm gonna drive into the traffic. This is a bad move, but because I can finish through that contact, bro, I'm not even worried about attacking the rim. Because the reality is, bro, once I get that slither of space, unless somebody comes from the weak side and pins that shit, I'm probably gonna convert. And then look, the Trae Young cross got him spinning, and I'm pulling up for the Trae ball like, yo, bro, this is an all-around scoring machine. It's a monster build, and I've been having a blast out there on this joint. And people often ask me like, yo, bro, what's your favorite build, or what's the build you have the most fun on? And I've been saying like, yo, I have fun on all my builds the same. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro, this one right here, because of the fact that I can literally defend and still do everything I like to do offensively, I'm not gonna say it's my quote-unquote favorite build, but when it comes to guards, this is probably like one of the most well-rounded ones that I've made. Because y'all seen the badges. It doesn't get legend badges. I think it only gets like 1 or 2 Hall of Fames, but it gets a lot of gold. And that's really the trade-off, because now it's like you're not OP at anything, but you're exceptional at everything. And the reality is, bro, if you got gold badges and you know what you're doing, you're gonna be fine no matter what. You don't need Hall of Fame or legend badges to do what you need to do out there. But this gameplay that y'all are watching in the back, this was a mind-boggling game. I'm out here in the rec. It's me and my boy Sonny, and you know, we out here in the squad rec with some randoms or whatever. And we was pretty much blowing this team out. I mean, I felt like we had the game in the bag. But as the game went on, they just started leaving this center open. And for whatever reason, this man could not hit a wide open shot. Now, right here, he gets the tip on the pass. I'm out on the break. And again, y'all see the contact finishing on this build. It's crazy. But as y'all can see, it's now a 2-point game with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, man. Like, how did we even get here? And the reality is, if I told y'all, you wouldn't believe it. But these dudes literally sat back and watched, like, they just gave up backdoor cuts the whole game. I'm just watching the point guard. The point guard ain't doing shit. I'm guarding him, I'm clamping him up, and he's just throwing backdoor after backdoor after backdoor. And I'm telling y'all can see, this man could not guard me. He could not score on me. But because my big man can't hit a wide open shot, and because nobody on my team can defend a backdoor cut, I ended up walking out of this bitch with 33 points on 80% shooting and a fucking L. And I swear you can't make this shit up, bro. This dude was a non-scoring threat, and he ended the game with 22 assists. A lot of this shit, I just don't have any words for anymore, and I just gotta laugh at it, man. It is what it is. But as always, man, I appreciate all the support. Let me know y'all thoughts on the build in the comments, and if you ain't following me on Twitter, man, be sure to give me a follow over there at BeLikeDom. Y'all already know what it is, man. Stay up. Catch y'all in the next one.